Access Detroit here, and today I am here with rapper, Twitch streamer, and clothing brand all around entrepreneur, Young Nice. How we doing today, man?
What up, though? What up, though? What it do, man? Glad to be here. Thanks for having me, first of all.
Yeah, of course, our pleasure, no doubt about it. And Nice, let's hop right into the interview, man. What first got you into music?
What first got me into music was I'm from Detroit, and it's a place
Yep.
called Hart Plaza downtown, and they used to host a lot of concerts, and it would be like somewhat open to the public, and I always used to see guys in a cipher. If guys don't know what that's, generation don't know what a cipher is, it's a circle and 360 circle. Everybody sometimes it's in a cipher. Some people rapping, some people jitting. You know what I mean? And I used
Yep.
to go to the people that's rapping, and I used to just sit there and look at the older guys either battling or freestyling. And I'd be like, man, one day I'm gonna get up in there, because I used to beat on my desk, and rap. But I thought, well, let me get up in here one day. So one time they had it was called the African Taste Fest they had downtown, and
Mm.
it was ciphers going on. And my brother told me, man, get up in there, man. And I was like, I can tell you exactly, I can pinpoint was I was going to a school called Best Elementary. It's between Ferndale and Oak Park, Michigan.
Got it.
And I went, that was on a Saturday. We went downtown and we seen everybody down there, and there was a cipher going on. And my brother's like, man, go up there. You always rapping with us, man. Go up in there. Like, if he was whatever he was pushing me to do it, no matter what the intent was, but at that time I was like, man, for real. He's like, yeah. So I went and I hopped up in there and I gave it my all. I said a freestyle that I always said around family members that I know they love, and that's right there set the precedence for me to just want to actually rap. Once I seen the crowd at that age, and the older people was like, man, they took to me like, dang, who is this little dude, And I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, man, and that did it for me right there, and that was, I want to say, fifth grade.
Wow.
Yep, that was in the fifth grade, and I want to say I didn't really get serious into my freshman year in high school. Yeah,
Mm.
that's when I really got into it.
Nice. Nice. And who have been your biggest inspirations musically?
Musically, um, off the top, it's always been like people around me. So coming up, I listened to a lot of the Eastside Chedda Boys,
Yep.
um, Blade Icewood, D12, Eminem, because the people that I hung around in my family, they listen to different music, and music runs in my family. I'm related to, I'm a great nephew of Grover Washington Jr. He's a musician,
Mm.
jazz musician, played around the world, played with a lot of famous acts. But anyway, so um, I want to say anywhere from Cheddar Boys, Blade, D12, Eminem, um, then what really got me into taking it serious is when I really started listening to people like Lil Wayne and The Game. Um, I really listened to Nas,
Okay.
Jay Z. I listened to a whole lot of artists because I hung around a lot of people growing up, and everybody I went around, they had somebody different that they listened to. My cousin, he was really into the battle scene, so he listened to more of Eminem and things like that. Um,
Yep.
then I went on the other side of the really, really hood gutter side, and they was the east side. And my cousins, all they listened to was the Cheddar Boys. It was the Cheddar Boys, and and when I lived in Oak Park, I actually stayed down the street from Bazaar. I stayed on Oak Park Boulevard,
Mm.
Scotia, and Bazaar stayed on like Oak Park Boulevard, and I forgot it was like near 9 Mile and Coolidge area, but it was right down the street from Oak Park High. So seeing him right there and was like, man, this was the dude from this song and this video and this. So yes, those guys really influenced, me wanting to get into the rap game or really get into doing music seriously, and gave me hope that I could do it too, because they was around us. We can be anywhere and they can say, man, the Cheddar Boys, there they go, look, there they go right there, and they all got Monte Carlos with rims, and that was the culture, and it still is. And it was like seeing that, like, man, I wanna, I know I could do other stuff, but I really wasn't the biggest, so I wasn't really trying to get into sports, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I figure this is what people loved about me, and this is what I loved about myself, is that I could come off the head and just give you some really good bars, and people were like, "Damn, like, you ain't write that," But it was like, I always freestyled all the time, either by myself or with people at school or for my family. So I was, it's just like I kind of compare it to Steph Curry. He's one of the best
Mm.
shooters. One of the best. I'm not. Don't quote me. I didn't say the best, but he's one
Yeah.
of the best. He's one of the best shooters, the better shooters in the league. And how did he do that? By practice. Practice makes perfect. And all I did was rap. All I did was rap. All I did was rap. So yeah, that's actually how that went off right there.
That's awesome, man.
Yes, sir.
And speaking of your raps, right? I mean, for those uninitiated, how would you describe the music that you create?
On the music I create, sound wise, it's very familiar. Like, I'm not going away from my Detroit slash, just Michigan roots as far as like beat quality and tempo wise, but
Yep.
I want to give, and I do give you guys a vivid picture of these situations, and hey, sometimes you do get stabbed in the back by people that you love the most. You do sometimes gotta say, no, I'm good on the friends. Let me just make sure my situation isn't straight. So that's why I made, excuse my language, but fuck friends, stack bands. Because it's like,
Yeah.
um, sometimes we get too in other people's lives, and we get too like attached to what other people are doing, when
Mm-hmm.
really, if we kind of like be selfish and focus on our own things and our own goals, you know what I mean, we can get further. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying not making time for your friends and family, but when the situation is more of you pouring into somebody else's pot instead of them pouring into yours, and likewise, then that's when you have to prioritize and say, you know what, let me make sure my priorities are straight before I go make sure
Yep.
you doing whatever you doing. So that's when you got to focus on yourself.
Yeah, man. No doubt. I like that. And I'm curious because a lot of artists that I talk to, they have different ways about how they go from like inspiration to the finished product, right? For you, I mean, walk us even to the point of inspiration. What's your creative process like?
My creative process is okay. So I just want to like be clear that I've been doing this for over 5 years, and I haven't started seeing any money until this year. So, and I'm
Got it.
and I'm and I'm when I say money, I mean somewhat of a bill money, gas money, lunch money. You know what I mean? I'm not,
Yeah.
and this is all me. It's just I don't have a team. I don't have a, somebody promoting me. I'm doing this off of my 9 to 5, and I'm married, and I have 3 kids as well. You know what I mean? I have 2 teens and a young guy, so a young man. So it's like everything that I'm doing is off of me. But my whole inspiration is, look, I go get everything from Guitar Center. I take my
Mm-hmm.
last, I get a computer, I get the mics, I get everything, like I said, and I put it downstairs. I built a room downstairs in my basement. I built a room in my home. I call it the Red Room. My kids went and tagged it up because they're artists as well. So my kids went and tagged it up, and we built a little room downstairs. And look, I work a 9 to 5. I work in a foundry. When this is exactly what I do. I work from 4:30 to 2:05. It takes me 45 minutes to get home. It takes me 45 minutes to get there because I don't live in the city. I work in a
Yep.
place called Ludington, Michigan. It's right off the water.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. It's got good fishing, salmon
yeah,
fishing, right? Yeah.
exactly. Hey, one day we might have to go salmon fishing. I'll do that. So
Okay.
yeah, yes sir. Yeah. So I get out of work. I drive home back here to Baldwin. Shout out to Baldwin, Idlewild.
Yeah.
I come back here and man, I shower up, get everything off of me, and I load up my iPad. I got everything downstairs. I load it up, bam, and I just really go off of how I feel. You know what I mean? I don't make music off of what's going on, what I see, because or what I hear, because you can that makes you domestic, and then it sounds repetitious, if I'm using that word right. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
it'll
Yeah.
sound like his, you know what I mean? And it'll sound like
Yeah.
theirs, you know what I mean? So people be like, hey, have you heard such and such? 9 times out of 10, I probably haven't, because I only listen to a few people, or I listen to me. Because if I start listening to Future all the time, what's my album going to sound like? What's my newest single going to sound like? You know what I mean?
Some future. Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I start listening to these artists all the time, 24/7, and I have an artist, and I am an artist, then when I go to listen for a sound, the sound familiar with me and my brain waves is, oh, okay, cool. And what's that's going to sound like? It's going to translate to, man, that sound like Future. Because I'm gonna tell you what, and as long as I've been doing music, when people say, "Hey, man, I got somebody that raps," right? I'll
Mm-hmm.
listen to them, and I'll be like, "Man, Lil Wayne, your favorite rapper, huh?" Yeah, man. How you know? It's like, yeah,
Yep.
you know what I mean? It's like I can tell. It's like I do have rappers that I'm really fond of and that I think are doing a really great thing, but I don't have a favorite rapper, because I feel like if I have a favorite, I'm gonna end up either trying to emulate them or imitate them. So I just stay away from having a particular. I've listened to all genres of music as it is, but yeah,
No, that's sweet. I mean, we got the same process because I don't even watch other people's interviews, for the
right,
same reason. So
yeah,
yeah, I like that.
yeah,
And dude, I mean, you're one thing that I like about you. I mean, just off the bat, your first impression is your name, right? Young, nice.
yeah.
What inspired your name?
Okay, so my rap name comes from my, I wouldn't say my street name, but it came from somebody that I was in the street with. So yeah, I would say it's kind of, if you, because I was on the West Coast, I was on Southwest. I was in Arizona. I was in Avondale,
Mm-hmm.
Arizona. 107th Indian School. Shout out. And that area, it was just like, hmm. I played ball a lot and I rapped a lot, right? And my
Mm-hmm.
friend, he stays in Japan right now. One of my best friends, one of my good friends. Um, he said, man, one day he said, man, I'm gonna call you Nice. I'm gonna call you D Nice, because my name is D'Angelo. My government
Yep.
name is D'Angelo. And he would say, man, I'm gonna call you D Nice. And around that time, Paid in Full had came out. Not Paid in Full,
Yeah.
State Property. State Property had came out. Dame Dash, Beanie Siegel, everybody in Philly, and they had a dude named D Nice in the movie. So he was like, yeah, man, cause man, you be hooping and no, you be rapping down. I mean, everything you do is just nice. And he's from New York. He's from the New York
Yep.
area. So that's how I delivered that, exactly what he said. So I always was called D Nice anywhere on the West Coast or Southwest, California. Shout out to San Diego. anywhere from San Diego to Phoenix, Arizona, they say D Nice is usually me, right? So
Yep.
so it was like, oh, D Nice. So I felt like I'm already, my name already had like, weight, I guess. Because I did music and I rap with everybody, and I'm a people person. I'm sociable. My mom used to say, man, you make friends with a squirrel. You know what I mean?
Right.
So everybody already knew who I was or not. But so I figured, man, I take my street name that everybody already knew, and Young. So at first it was Young. Then I figured, nah, that's like everybody was doing that. So I figured, well,
Hmm.
Young. So even being 35, my brother was like, and my wife was like, well, would you want to get rid of the young? Because you're not really
Yeah.
young. You know,
Yeah.
I
Right.
had Young Nice when I was 15, 17.
Uh
I
huh.
started Young Nice. Um, but this is how I figured it, right? Everybody dropped the
Yep.
young or the little on their names, right?
Yep.
Bow Wow, Wayne. Nah, not Lil Wayne. He's still Lil Wayne. But a few people did that. And I figure, man, as much as I'm in tune with the youth, because for some reason, kids from 5 to 45, people love me. So I figure, man, the youth really love me like that, and I can
Yep.
and we have a connection, and they feel like, man, that's my bro, or that's my, I don't even look my age, but everybody, I got my oldest kid is about to be 18 years old. She just graduated high school. So me being an
Nice.
artist already, all her friends, I got merch and all that. So they like, oh, Young Nice, oh, So I figured, man, let me keep the young because I'm in tune with the youth. So Young Nice, and there you go. I didn't mean to drag that on too long, but
No.
you know what I mean. That's exactly what how I can explain it the best way. I took my name that was given to me in the street for being able to rap and play basketball real good to, me being in tune with the youth, man. And I don't think I will ever take off Young Nice. I can be, you know, 45 years old with music on
80. Yeah.
Spotify,
Yeah.
and all type of stuff. And people be like, man, Young Nice. Yeah, Young Nice, man. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. I mean, I wouldn't even stress that either. I mean, we got Kid Cudi, and he's older than you, bro.
Right,
So,
right, right, right. And Lil
so
Wayne.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, Lil
Like,
Wayne,
hey,
right? Yep. So yeah, we did see that you kind of bounce around from Detroit, Arizona. Now you're, on the west side of the state. And have you been plugged into those other sounds like Arizona and maybe some of the West Michigan sound? And if you could like kind of maybe describe how they differ from the Detroit scene.
I can tell you they differ way like night and day because I did a feature and it's with an artist, man, Tay the Loke. He
Yep.
has a brand as well called Spread Love, right? And
Mm-hmm.
he's from Phoenix, Arizona, Maryville area, if I believe. So shout out to Maryville when y'all see this, man. So
Shout out Maryville.
Tay Tay said he sent me a song, and I said, man, woo, this is West Coast right here, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like I know, and I don't mean no disrespect to Phoenix or the whole state of Arizona at all, but somewhat Arizona has a sound, a West Coast sound with California being so close. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? They're like cousins, like Detroit to Chicago. We're right here.
Yep.
Or Milwaukee to Chicago. You know what I mean? Or Chicago to Indiana. Or Detroit to Ohio.
Yep.
Detroit to Michigan to Kentucky. All those, everything is so close over here. And over there it is as well. So that's why you hear people, they say, oh, that dude sound like he from Detroit. Like, no, he from Flint. Or, oh no,
Yeah.
that dude from Milwaukee. Oh, he sound like he from Detroit. You know, everything. It's not that. he sound like he from there. It's just some of the beat uh picks, some of the beat selection be the some of the same tempo. So that's what your brain registers with is that sound pattern. So you like, oh man, that what's familiar with that? Michigan, And what you'll
Yep.
say first thing, either Detroit, Flint, or you know what I mean, something like that. So yeah,
No doubt.
they differ. They differ, and Detroit has a up tempo type beat. Somewhat some artists do, but you can tell definitely the features I got with Michigan artists versus the features I got with West Coast / Southwest artists. I got a feature with
Mm.
a guy from San Diego, and I got a feature with a guy from Phoenix, Arizona, and they both almost sound similar. So, but yeah, shout out to Cali, shout out to Phoenix.
That's tight, man.
Yes, sir.
And speaking of features, who are some of your dream collaborations?
Um, Off top, Sada Baby, because
Hmm.
when, to be honest, I was gone away. Unfortunately, I was away, and when I came home, it was like we started neck to neck. It's like, man, I see him doing, and I see my family members around, and I'm like, man, that's what's up. I like this dude, man. It was like he was doing this thing, and then I didn't see him for a while, and I think it's because he changed like management and whatnot,
Hmm.
uh, and I just was like, man, this dude, he got real charisma, man. You know what I mean? He be around people that I be around. So I figure the people that I'm around, that he's around, they pretty good judges or character. You know what I mean? So I
Yep.
figure just on a personal level like that, it'd be cool to do a feature with somebody that your family mess with as well. So I say Sada Baby, um, man, Cash Kid. I like Cash Kid a lot because I like his punchlines and his delivery.
Yeah.
Man, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I love to do something with Payroll, All Star JR, um, Bang, the whole Bang Gang, Shred Gang. I
Mm.
mean, it's no artist Peasy, and I have a cousin that grew up with Peasy, and my aunt actually taught for him in school. They went to the
Oh.
same. Yeah, my auntie was a teacher, and she taught him in elementary school. So it's like Detroit is real close knit, man. I like GT, Babyface Ray. Man, I like a lot of good artists, and those are pretty good artists, man. And even on the level who some people probably don't even say, Shy Killer, he's one of them. Vay
Hmm.
Vanilla, if I'm saying her name right. Rocky Bad. As far as the females go, I like to do something with them. Pretty Brea, I like her. Um, well, yeah, there's nobody in Michigan who I feel as if I can't do a collab with or I won't do a collab with. Even though there's politics, you know what I mean?
Yep.
People, camps don't work with different camps because of whatever personal reasons. I feel as if I'm here with a new slate because I don't have ties to anybody. So let me work with
Yep.
you. And if y'all say, hey, man, he worked with that dude, we can't mess with him because he worked with. Then, hey, this so be it. But I'm here. I'm here to
Yep.
work with everybody and just build a foundation for myself.
Yep. No, that makes sense. I like that. And back on the collab thing, who have been some of your favorite people that you've worked with so far?
Who we? I haven't. Okay, so there, like I said, there's a guy named Tay Double Up. He's from Phoenix,
Hmm.
Arizona, Maryville area. I've worked with him. A guy locally here. His name is Crazo. So shout out to Crazo. Whenever you see this, he from Outer Wild / Grand Rapids. Him. Ooh wee. It's an artist from Phoenix, Arizona as well. His name Domingo Peso or Xanax
Hmm.
Jimmy. Um, whenever you guys get the time that's watching this, go and look up D Max Deluxe. Rest in peace. That was my good friend. He
Hmm.
was murdered on his birthday at a place called
Wow.
Jags. A lot of people that watch this, they'll know the place I'm talking about. It's a place called Jags, and he was murdered on his birthday, unfortunately. But I did music with him. That was my really good best friend. Um, I haven't really did anything, and that's what I'm in the middle of right now. I haven't did anything with anybody as far as like music wise. I've met people, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Rub shoulders, been in the same rooms and been a fly on the wall, but I haven't actually worked with anybody mainstream. I'm in the process of some stuff. I'll tell you after this because I don't want to put it
Okay.
in the atmosphere. But
Sure.
I got something in the works that's about 85% done. It's about 85% to the good. And the 85, the other 15-20% is on somebody else. So if it doesn't work out right then and there for it, that's cool. I'm with that. But at right now, I'm just probably about to say, I don't know. I might just do a feature with him instead of doing the show that we're trying to put together. And it's a big artist. I'm gonna tell you after we get done with it.
Okay.
It's a really pretty big artist, and you know him as well. We talked about him in this interview. I just don't want to put nothing on it, and then people expect it and it doesn't
Yeah, and
happen
then it don't
because
happen. Yeah.
everything on my end has went through. Everything's a go, contracts, you know.
Yep.
Again, you never know, anything can happen. But yeah, yeah.
No, that makes sense, man. So something else that I've been curious about is your clothing brand. I noticed you kind of got the gorilla kind of featured as part of your brand,
Hmm.
um, and you know you got merch with the gorilla. What could you tell us about that?
Okay, so first I I selected the gorilla face because I felt it was something that's, if not only universal, anybody could wear it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And anybody could see it and be like, "Man, I seen that before." You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like a pattern, like a Gucci print or a Burberry print. Usually, when you see something with G's, you or C's, you automatically think
Yep.
Coach or Gucci, right? So I figure a lot of people has a eight or gorilla, Sada Baby, Gorilla Zoe. Who else? Not finesse two time. It's another rapper, Casanova from New York. Um,
Yep.
everybody, like I said, is universal, so that's why it wasn't really like a really big deep thing on the logo itself. You know what I mean? Just the name around it. Train to Go, like the whole brand as it is. You know what I mean? It represents it, and it's a lot of people like it. It was in a negative light. The whole train to go being trained to go, or man, I'm trained, I'm TTG. Like
Yep.
it's kind of got a negative or had a negative. People can make it negative.
Mm-hmm.
Like to do bad, train to go do something bad, or you know. But my whole thing behind train to go is okay. Say you're a single mom, you know what I mean, and you just did 8 hours, right? Yeah, you thinking, yeah, my 8 hour shift is over. Oh, but I come home, I gotta cook, I gotta clean up from the day before. Um, my kids isn't old enough to do that shit. It's just really me on my own, right? Really, you know. Um, do I want to do it? No, but I'm trained to go, so I'm gonna clean up my home. I'm gonna cook for my baby, and I'm gonna
Yep.
proceed to do this like I do every day. Do I want to do it? Probably not. I don't want to do it alone, but that's what make me train to go. You know what I mean?
I
Um,
like that.
on another level, I work like I said, at least 30, 35, 40 minutes from here. I travel to work. I get up at 4, bam, 3 something, 4. I get up, get ready, take off by 4:50. Drive 45 minutes. Man, the work I do, it's not hard mentally, but it is physically.
Sure.
And after that, I come home. and I still have to be a husband, and I still gotta be an artist, you know, and I still gotta be a father. So, man, do I want to go to a banquet at school for 4 hours? I would, you know, love to get my sleep, or I would love to do no, but that's what make me train to go. So it's like being trained to go in a nutshell is being trained to do whatever to do, being able to do whatever you need to do to get the job done, even though you probably don't want to. You know, a lot of people say, "Oh man, I got it. You think I want to be doing this?" No, but I'm doing it.
Yeah,
That's what mean to be. That's exactly what it means to be trained to go. So yeah, that's
that's
exactly
sweet.
what it means to be trained to go.
That's dope. And you know, you're sitting here. You got a nicer chair than me. You're in a gaming chair, bro. Oh, I see the hat. That's hype. That's hype, bro. And I know you're a Twitch streamer as well, right? You know, tell us about your Twitch career.
Okay, so my Twitch career, it the whole reason why I even started it was because I wanted to introduce my platforms to it. I'm pretty big on TikTok, not like a
Mm-hmm.
big person, but I can go live and do different things like that on my TikTok. Um,
Yep.
then I got roughly almost like 12,000 followers on Instagram. So I figure I take all my my followers and fans and supporters and show them, you know, what I do on my downtime. You know what I mean? Um, I stopped though because everything I do, I'm a one man machine, you know, and I didn't want to spread myself so thin. So I figured I established it. I can get to it when I can, but I make my own merch. I do this downstairs as well. I make everything I have on, I make myself. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
it's like I don't have really the time to. Like if I had somebody printing up my shirts while I did this, I would be have more time to Twitch. You know what I mean? Um, I'm
Yep.
more I'm more so game on my TikTok channel because that's where I have the biggest following as far as like people that actually watch daily. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So reoccurring viewers. So yeah.
I hear you. That's what's up. Um, and what are your 5 year goals as an artist?
My 5 year goal is really, and that's exactly what I'm giving myself. That's crazy that you said 5 years. um,
Awesome.
because I figure I want to get the business aspect down. You know, I don't want it to be how do they say that? Ignorance is bliss, right? Or
Yeah.
I don't want to be, oh man, if I would have known what I knew now, what I knew, you know, then back then, you know, I don't want it to. So I have the music. I know how to put it out. I know how to
Mm-hmm.
make it, right? So now that I know that, let me put that aside. Bam. So now I'm more focusing on the legal aspect of music, get my music copywritten, being able to make money from my music and get quarterly checks and different stuff. How to put my music over here so it can be licensed, and put my music
Yep.
over here so it can be picked up maybe from 2K or anything. You know, I'll submit my music everywhere. Um, that's really everything. In a nutshell, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's huge. Definitely. I mean, best of luck with that, bro.
Yeah.
So I think we're getting close to wrapping up the interview.
Okay.
So nice. I actually want to get two messages from you. All right. The first one, I want you to give a message to Detroit.
Okay. I'll give a message to Detroit. Let's not domesticate ourselves, first of all. Let's
Mm,
think outside of the box and be different sometime. It's cool to work with people who don't look like you. Networking is key. to building bridges that you're gonna need to cross in this game. Um, Having an open ear, having a listening ear, and being able to be
Yep.
taught something is what I want the city to be like. Oh yeah, man, because a lot of times we might think we know it all, or because these people think it's nice, it might be the go forward. But just be open to opinions, more opinions. You know what I mean? And I think, yeah, that's really it for it. That's
That's what's up, man. Heck yeah. And if you had a message for your fans who may be watching this as well.
um man, thank you, because my music don't buy itself, my merch don't buy itself. Um, I don't get listeners by myself. You know, I don't get support on my own. It's not, it doesn't come from nowhere. So thank you for the support, the love, the genuine love. I see you guys commenting on my videos. I put a reel up just the other day on Facebook, and it got 10,000 views in like 2 days. In like 24 hours, it was 10,000 views on the reel, and I thought, man, 10,000 views and over 300 and something shares says you cooking with something. So if you guys like me that
Yep.
much, you know what I mean, I'm gonna keep giving you what you need. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be more consistent with it, and I just want to tell you I appreciate y'all from the bottom of my heart. And let's get it. 2024 is up. Train to go.
That's what's up. Train to go.
Yes, sir.
Well, right, guys. That was All Access Detroit here. Young Nice, thank you so much for coming onto the platform, sharing your insights, your story,
Thank
all
you for
that,
having me.
man.
Bless. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Yeah, no doubt, man. And we wish you all the continued success with your career, man. All of his links will be down in the description below. And peace out, everybody.